Hi, hi.
Hi.
My darling Oge. Okay,
Hi.
I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm
I'm
sure
happy
you
to
know
be
that
here.
already.
Yeah.
I don't take this for granted. So thank you very much for being on my show with me. And I know we started discussing this like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I said, I think a lot of people need to listen to you. And this is not just because of your enthusiasm about fitness and wellness, it's also because you have a very relatable story. You are in
Mm.
the career space,
Mm-hmm.
and even at that, you are taking very seriously other elements of life. And that's what this 360-degree consciousness show is about,
Yeah.
bringing consciousness to people to say, it is not just about the career, it is not just about the business, it is about a lot more. What
Yeah.
does it profit a man, like I always say, to gain the money, gain the career advancement, gain everything, and then you have to fall
Yeah.
sick because you
Yeah.
neglected one part of your life. So I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm honored to be here.
I will let you say a little bit about yourself. What
Mm.
should audience expect from you? What should they expect to hear today? And why should they hang on? Why
Okay.
should they watch this to the end?
Thank you. Thanks, Adebola. I'm really happy to be here to share one of my passions. My name is Oge, and everybody calls me Oge. I'm a fitness and wellness enthusiast turned coach. I mean, I still have my 9 to 5 job, but this is also something I'm very passionate about. And part of my purpose or my newfound purpose sometime last year was to show busy professionals how they can stay active. Like it is
Uh,
possible to stay active, right? Because taking care of our physical and mental health is very important. So at the end of this conversation, I want the audience to know that it is possible. It is possible to be able to combine your work and also
mhm,
prioritize your health, be it your
mhm,
physical or your mental health. Like you can do it. And it's very important we do this because health is very important. Like
mhm.
this daily hustle will not happen if you have downtime, like you have to be at the hospital or you're ill or you're recovering. And then it's only when we find ourselves in this situation we realize how important life is and how important health is. But because most times we go, 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 go,
Yeah.
sometimes we need to remind ourselves that we need to take a breather and stop, and take like stock of ourselves. Where are we with our health and our lives? So I'm hoping that at the end of this conversation that people can take out why they need to prioritize their health and their
Mhm.
wellness and take a step to starting that journey. Yeah.
Thank you, Gay. Thank you. And like I always say, this is also first for me because I turned 40 last year, and all of a sudden, I started taking life more seriously.
Mm.
And this is not to say we have to wait till 40, to be
Yeah.
honest. This is not to say there is an age limit to that consciousness.
Yeah.
It's just to say that I am one person that, of course, I will go for my medical checkups, but I'm not so concerned about what I eat.
Mm-hmm.
I know I don't want to blow up in terms of size,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that I don't give it enough focus.
Mm-hmm.
So, my question is, how did you get into this journey? What was that turning point for you? I hear people say sometimes, oh, because they were diagnosed of something and then they have to start
Mm.
taking it seriously. And some people will tell you, it's for me, I would just tell you straight, it's age. I just felt, you know what, I have to take some things very seriously. I'm not growing any
Yeah.
younger. What was the turning point for you? What made you realize this is what I want to do and I want to combine it with my career because it is possible?
Yeah. So contrary to what many people may think, my fitness journey started over a decade ago. It's
Wow.
been that long. And when I started, it came from a place of, I like to call it a place of vanity. I never wanted to add weight. I never wanted to be big, you
Mm-hmm,
know? So I didn't think I'll be happy seeing myself big. So I'm like, let me start now to be sure that I don't add weight beyond
mm-hmm,
my
mm-hmm,
ideal weight. And so that's how I started over a decade ago. And then I think a turning point for me was when I went to South Africa, I lived in South Africa for 1 year for work in 2019. And I realized that, so one thing is South Africans, they are big on fitness. So there's a fitness culture that Nigerians don't generally have. However, in the last
Mhm.
2 years, because of the increase in the fitness in the gym chains we have in the country, I've seen a lot more people embrace fitness and taking care of their body and going to the gym. But I think for me, it was normal for you to see someone running on the streets of Johannesburg where I lived or going for a walk, and people actively went to the gym every day from work or before work on the weekend. So of course, I got into that culture. Also, having coming from having a fitness background, but again, I think for me, that year was the year that I began to appreciate the true benefit of fitness for your health, not just from
Yeah.
a vanity point of view, but for the fact that it
Mhm.
has many health benefits, physical
Mhm.
health now,
Mhm.
in terms of it makes your body stronger,
Yeah.
your immunity is better, you don't go to the hospital as often, even if you ever have to go to the hospital. I haven't
Mhm.
been to the hospital for any serious illness. It's been maybe 4 years plus and
Wow.
counting, to be honest. Throughout last year, I've not been to the hospital for any issue at all, even this year, and even in 2022. So for me, my mindset shifted a bit
Mhm.
from I don't want to add weight to I'm doing this because of the health benefits it had. Then fast forward to, I think this was 2021/2022, towards the end of 2021. I went another level and I discovered that it had a mental benefit to it as well, mental health benefits. Now, for me at the time, I realized that the best way for me to distress from work was going to the
Mhm.
gym after work
Yeah.
at the end of the day. It was almost as if all of the stress and my troubles of the day just disappeared into thin air. No, honestly, like when I was in the gym, I felt light.
Yeah.
I felt happy. Whatever was going on or whatever to-do list was still pending could continue the next day. Like it wasn't for that day we're through. Like I can pick it up again the next morning. But I realized that there was a mental health benefit to it. So yeah, and so it has moved from first vanity to physical health benefit to also understanding that there's a mental health benefit to it. And I
Mhm.
think for me, once I realized that mental health benefit, I'm like, oh, this is like the missing link, you know? And there's been a lot of talks around mental health, importance of being in a good mental space. I'm like, if working out can give you this, you're working on your body, you are getting your dream body, your summer body loading, like people usually say, right? But
Yeah.
again, you are better. Like your mental health, your wellness is also better. So, like, what else are you looking for? So that was why I was like, no, 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 no. I have to take this good news to more people to see that it's important, to get into this life. And it's a lifestyle. It is a
Yeah.
lifestyle. It's not a I just want to go to the gym because I want to lose a few pounds and then
Yeah.
I'll move on. But
Yeah.
like, no, you have to make it part of a lifestyle because there are benefits that would you will enjoy even as you get older and into your old age. And we can go into that a bit more um,
Yeah.
later. Yeah,
Let me double click on something you just said now about the benefits.
yeah,
So if an average Lagos working girl is listening to us now,
yeah,
the person is probably thinking, I already have a crazy schedule.
yeah,
I work on the island, for example. I leave the house very early. After work, I get home very late. The benefits I know,
yeah,
but my life currently cannot accommodate it.
yeah,
How would you convince that person that this can be incorporated into our already crazy schedule?
yeah,
And when you talk benefits,
yeah.
most times people think in the long term. That summer body won't come tomorrow. That mental clarity,
Yeah,
for some people, it is subjective.
yeah,
You don't, if you don't reflect, you probably don't think that the benefit is there. And you know the way we all want quick results.
Yeah.
So how do you marry the benefits with managing, knowing that this is somewhat a delayed gratification? You won't see it immediately, but it will come. So how do you convince that person that is listening that already has a crazy schedule
Yeah.
in Lagos? And I'm using Lagos as
Yeah.
an example
Yeah.
because we all
Yeah.
know how crazy it can be.
Yeah.
So how do you convince that person that this is something you have to start tomorrow?
Yeah. So it's a real situation. Like Lagos, living in Lagos is hectic. Traffic is hectic. Just commuting to work is hectic. And that's why I said busy professionals, because I
Yeah,
know that this can be a struggle. And I know that there are people who genuinely want to get into the lifestyle, but they're like, I'm in traffic. Before I'm able to get to the gym, it's already too late, or it's almost
yeah,
impossible. I'm in traffic
yeah,
for like 2 to 3 hours. So, first of all, I don't think that, let's not be fixated on you have to be in a gym for you
mm,
to stay active. There are other ways for you to stay active, and that's why I consciously would preach, even if you're in the office, because now the thing is, we live a sedentary lifestyle mostly.
yeah,
I mean, the world, we live a sedentary lifestyle. And especially if you're doing a 9 to 5 job, you are seated for long hours,
yeah,
and that has its disadvantages. So things like, set a reminder to get up every 30 minutes, walk around, maybe walk to another colleague's desk and have a conversation you would have sent an email on, or even before you send the email, or go to the bathroom, or just walk downstairs, or during your break, go for a walk. Like, do things that will get you moving. That's one. I mean, that's the beginning. Just
yeah,
move,
yeah,
move more. That's the thing. And then some days, even if you can ditch your car or walk one way to work and ask your driver to pick you up at the end of the day, or find ways to be more active or do more chores around the house. These days we outsource these things, but we
mm.
don't know that we're helping these guys that we're outsourcing to.
True.
Like, I'm not saying do the chores every day, but maybe
Yeah,
one day just try to do things around the house. You're getting your body, different parts of your body to move, right? So there's that. Then there are exercises that you can do at home. You don't necessarily have to be at the gym using the gym equipment. There are like exercises that work on the full body, multiple muscle groups, like your
yeah,
squats. It's not just to have a well-rounded buttocks. It has
mhm,
many benefits. It works on your glutes, it works on your thighs. It helps to build and strengthen your muscles. There are lunges. There are other exercises like your push-up. There are things that you can actually do at home. But dedicating the time and committing to it, to say maybe 30 minutes in the morning before I get ready for work, I will do A, B, and C exercises. Or maybe when I come back from work, I will spend another 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on what
yeah,
schedule works for you. Some people function better in the morning, some people function better in the evening.
in the
I'm
evening.
more of an evening person. I prefer to go to the gym after work because, one, it helps me de-stress. Secondly, I have more energy because I've been able to eat enough during the day to be able to do this moderate to high intensity exercises. In the morning, I'm feeling a bit weak. And because I love my sleep so much, I struggle to wake up early to go to the gym, except on Saturdays. So that's one. You can do exercises outside of the gym. Um, you can also get a fitness trainer if you want to come to your house to train you. So that's it, about trying to figure it out beyond the schedule. And if you know
Mhm,
that weekdays, that's not to say you shouldn't enroll in a gym if you think it will help you. If weekdays is almost impossible, then make sure you dedicate your Saturdays to getting the most out of it. Doing something is better than not doing anything at all. That's
agree.
what I preach. And then in terms of the benefits, now, a lot of people I see start working out because they have a goal in mind. They want to lose weight. Most times, I want to lose a few pounds, right? But the thing is, if you lose a few pounds and you go back to your regular lifestyle, of eating anything and all whatnot, you're going to add that weight back within a short
Mhm,
period of time, and you find yourself back in the gym, right? I think we should think of it as long term, like a wellness thing. you know Working out helps me feel better, helps me look better, helps keep the doctor away, right?
mhm,
And then it helps me build muscles that would help me in my old age, depending on the kind of exercise. Like if you do a lot of strength training and weight training, you're also building muscle, you're strengthening your bones. Because as you get older, your bone density reduces, you lose muscle mass. And that's when you see, maybe when old people fall, it
Mm-hmm.
becomes like they fracture like
Yeah.
a bone or multiple bones. But if you're intentional about building your muscles now, you know that even when you get older, probability of you falling, or even if it's an accident, if you fall, you might not necessarily fracture any bone, because your muscle mass is sufficient and your
To
bone
protect
density is still okay to be able to um, protect you from the effects of that fall, you know.
it.
And then you look better, you feel better, you live longer.
Yeah.
Now, what people don't know is that exercises also protects you or prevents chronic illnesses like diabetes, cancer. I mean, there are still researches into that. Hypertension. You know, you reduce the risk of having these diseases and heart diseases as well. If you do a lot more cardio exercises, it's good for your heart. You need to get your heart pumping. Your heart is not built to just be at a normal rate. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to do activities that get your heart pumping more than regular, and it also improves your heart health. So there are a lot of benefits to exercising that people should start taking advantage of and look beyond just the aesthetics of it. You look good. That's an added benefit. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you do a lot of start lifting weights and doing strength training, your body becomes you have curves where you're supposed to have curves. You know, your biceps start showing, like different parts of your body starts looking really good. You can transform your body with those kind of exercises. Cardio exercises helps you to, you know, keep your heart rate pumping as it should, and it's good for your body as well. So yeah, that's my advice to them, honestly.
Okay, I am listening to you, and I am. If I weren't active, I would start from tomorrow. But starting is not enough.
Yeah.
How do you maintain the discipline?
Hmm.
Because again, I know chocolates, eating
Hmm.
chocolate is not good for me. You know, I know these things, but once in a while, I just sleep and I take it. So I know discipline has a lot to do with this because all these benefits won't come if
Yeah.
we are not consistent.
Yeah.
So my question is, how do I stay consistent? How do I do? Because working out is, there are days here that I'm like, you know what, I am super tired. I am not going to the gym. And my son comes in to say, are you going to the gym today? I say, no. And he says, okay, I'm going. And then I say, okay, I'm going to,
Hmm.
but that's because I have someone I can call like an
Yeah.
accountability partner in coach.
Yeah.
And then another thing that keeps me going is the amount of money I pay on a monthly basis
Hmm.
because I know whether I go or not.
Hmm.
The money
Hmm.
gets out of my account.
Yes.
So I always tell people that for me, once I put my money to it, I am more conscious and I don't want to waste my money.
Yeah.
That said, when I was in Lagos, in my house, I had gym equipment. I had the treadmill, I had the pata, I had the mat, I had the dumbbells, I had everything. Okay, I do not use them. They just gather dust. And in my head, if I want to interpret what happened, I'm a finance person, so I
Yeah.
would tell you something that we used to call sunk costs. So the cost of buying those things for me is a sunk cost. So
Hmm.
it doesn't really affect me anymore. The first few
Hmm.
months or years after I buy it, I use it, then I stop. But because I'm paying on a monthly basis now, I tend to go to the gym more. Once I say I'm not going, I remember, huh, your money is going,
Yeah.
that's for me. That's
Yeah.
why I
Yeah.
am able to, one of the reasons I'm able to keep my discipline. How have you been able to stay disciplined over the years? I know you think about the benefit and all that. Honestly, because the benefit doesn't come in 1 day or in 2 days,
Yeah.
I may sleep even before I start
Yeah.
seeing the benefit. how do you encourage us to keep the discipline of staying active always?
Yeah. You know, that question you ask is also a lot of, is it, it's a struggle that a lot of people have. And if I get that question a lot, right? Consistency. How do I stay consistent? Yes, you can get the energy to start at the beginning, but like
Mm-hmm.
continuing, it's is a challenge. Now, for me, I would say what worked for me is, and what is still working for me is having a schedule. You need to have a routine that incorporates
Incorporate, yeah.
fitness,
Yeah.
right? There are 7 days in a week. How many days in a week are you going to go to the gym? And what
Mm-hmm.
time on these days are you going to the gym? So for
Mm-hmm.
me, I know that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'm in the gym. I've added Friday because now there's a new salsa class on Fridays now,
Mm-hmm.
and I love anything dance. So I've moved from 4 days a week to 5 days a week, you know. And I know that is in the evening. I know I have classes. So I have group
Mm-hmm.
classes by 6 and 7 p.m. on every of these days except Saturday. And
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning, there's an 8 a.m. and a 9 a.m. class. I'm more inclined towards the 9 a.m. class, but if I come in early, I join the 8 a.m. class too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So at the back of my mind, I know I don't even have to remember, like, you know, you don't have to think too deeply about it. You know that Tuesday, I have a class by 6 p.m., I have a class by
Yeah.
7 p.m., and I have to
Yeah.
get to the gym a bit early because I want to do a bit of weight and strength training. So I have days
Yeah.
for my upper body, I have days for my lower body. I just
Yeah.
alternate, and I have a day that I
Yeah.
have a break in between. So I know that Tuesday from work, I'm going to the gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I need to
Mm-hmm.
be at the gym at 5 or 6, depending on how early I can leave the office, and then structure my day to say I use the first 30 minutes to 1 hour to do so and so exercises before I join the class. And
Mm-hmm.
the class I can do either or, it doesn't have to be both of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, the same thing. I have my favorite class of the week, which is Afro dance on Wednesday by 6 p.m. I like to come early so I can stay in front. I like to stay in front. I'm not a backbencher at all, never been. So like I know that that's there.
Yeah.
Thursday, I also know I have spinning class by 7 p.m. I always come to the gym earlier than normal because I need to do other things, work on other parts of my body, you know. And the same is Saturday morning. I now have to wake up by 7 a.m. because I have to be at the gym. So it's there, it's already there like a standard. Like I don't have to think about it. I know I have to be at the gym. And the truth is, there are days that it's hard. Some days I just don't feel like going to the gym.
Yeah.
But because it has become a part of me, it's almost as if you are going out of yeah, going
Path.
out of line. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, something is not normal here. Like, why am I not going to the gym? I need to go to the gym, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But some days maybe
Mm-hmm.
I am intentional about saying, oh, I just want to spend a bit more time working on a personal project of mine. So I will sacrifice this day. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll also figure out how I make up for it. Or even if I don't make up for it that week, like I'll continue the next week because I think I'm already even doing more than I should do. The
That's true.
recommended time or hours at least you should spend in the gym minimum is about 150 hours, which is 30 minutes a day. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously I do a lot more than that. I'm spending on an average 2 to 3 hours in the gym. So like even if I miss one day, but I try not to because every of these days has its benefits and I enjoy all of those classes and also enjoy all of the workouts that I do by myself. So
Yeah.
that's one way to stay consistent. Another way is to have a gym body or workout partner or like an accountability partner. Because guess what? Even on days when you don't feel like that person calls you to say, how far? Are you coming
Yeah.
to the gym? Like I have people like that in my life. When I started going to my present gym, one of my close friends, Cecilia, she's the one that every Saturday morning, even days I want to sleep in early, she's already calling me. How far? You they go gym? And she's asking that question. Even if I had the thoughts of saying no, I'm already jumping off the bed to like getting ready, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like, and
Mm-hmm.
it was always helping me because most Saturdays I want to sleep in early is the weekend. But once that call come and that question, you they go gym, like I'm up and off the bed,
Yeah.
right? And then I
Yeah.
have people during the week who call me. There's a lady that I do weight training and strength training with, and we take turns with each
Mm-hmm.
other, you know, we encourage ourselves, we take videos of each other. She's calling me like by 5, say, how far are you not coming? Or maybe like 5:36, she hasn't seen me, are you not coming today? You know. So that thing and when you work out in groups is actually it's
Fun.
more fun and interesting, you know.
Yeah.
And it's also a way to build new community, you know. you network, you increase, you expand your network rather,
Mm-hmm.
and you make
Mm-hmm.
new friends. So that's another way. But I think the first thing is have a schedule. I'm going to be at the gym on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 to 8 p.m. or 5 to 7 p.m. or 6 to 7, even if it's 30 minutes or 1 hour
Yeah.
every day, and I'm going to stick to it. Or I am going to work out every morning at 6 a.m. for 30 minutes. And then these are the exercises that I'm going to do. You also need to be prepared so that you don't show up
Mm-hmm.
and you're unsure of what to do. Like, it's
Yeah.
today for my upper body, it's tomorrow for my lower body, it's today for like my entire body. What am I
Mm.
doing? And if you can't do this by yourself, then get a fitness trainer that will train you. If the person can't even come every day, let them send you like a schedule of what exercise you should do on so days. It helps for you to structure your workout. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
you will lose time, you'll be confused, you don't have any there's no destination. Like, you don't
Yeah. Yeah.
like, if you're going to and again, what are your fitness goals? Everybody has a fitness goal. Is your fitness goal to strengthen your upper body or your lower body or your entire body, or do you want to
Mm-hmm.
lose weight? Because
Mm-hmm.
I think it was only I had gone in 3 years into my fitness journey about 10 to 12 years ago before I realized that my upper body was very weak. My arms were very weak. When I carry bags of groceries, like, you could see me struggling. And it was my gym instructor that noticed this and said, you need to start lifting weight. Now, that's another myth that a lot of women have, thinking that weightlifting is just for men. And a lot of them say, I don't want to look like a man.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to lose weight. But biologically or physiologically, women can never look like men, except you're taking additional substances like
Yeah.
hormones. That's why you see
Yeah.
bodybuilding, women who are into bodybuilding, obviously it's not just because they were lifting weights, they were also taking like
Yeah.
hormonal substances to
Steroids.
make them look like that. But like, weightlifting helps you to build muscles, increases your muscle mass, strengthens your muscles, and strengthens your muscle endurance. And it's very
Yeah.
important, like I've mentioned. You would begin to see the benefits as you get older,
Mm-hmm.
and you get into old age. So yeah, that's why I
You
think
know,
people should do it.
you just reminded me of my gym instructor. He told me that okay, I saw him lifting weights, and
Yeah.
he said, when am I gonna start? I said, I'm never gonna start. Why should I start? He said, he said, he said, I said, I'm never gonna start. He said, why should I start lifting weight? Then he said, for example, just imagine a tree falls on you.
Hmm.
I said, do I live in the forest?
Oh
why,
my god, that
why would tree fall on
example.
me? He said, he said, if something falls on me, like a tree, you can pull it out. You can try to.
Hmm. Hmm.
I said, I don't live in the forest. Tree will fall on me. But I get what he's trying to say, because
Yeah.
you cannot do it. You cannot do it. If you don't
Yeah.
have the strength to do it,
Yeah.
you cannot. And it may
Yeah.
not even be a tree. It could be something heavy. It could be, but I get his
Yeah.
point, even though his point was sort of extreme, but I get what he was saying. And thank you, Oge. You touched a little bit on nutrition and food, and
Mm.
I wanted to double click on that as well. Where is that connect? you know and I'll tell you why I'm asking this again. I say it all the time that this is also for me, because this is for me to learn. There is a quote, I think I shared a lot on our group, where I say, your genetics load the gun, your lifestyle
Mm.
pulls the trigger.
Mm.
And the fear for me is that I don't know what my genetics have loaded. I know for a fact that I may be susceptible, if that's the correct word,
Hmm.
to diabetes, because
Hmm.
I've seen those around me
Hmm.
having it. And I don't want my lifestyle to load that gun.
Yeah.
So now, everything I've been saying around the house is, I want to change my diet. I want to change my diet. And I've started making efforts. I tried on my own. It was looking difficult. Now I've found a product that I just started actually, but I would, of course, talk about it, say, in another 1 month,
Hmm.
if I see how it is working.
Hmm.
So consciously, I want to change that diet.
Yeah.
My question is, where is the connect between, you touched on diabetes when you were talking,
Hmm.
also saying being active and being fit can
Yeah.
help
Yeah.
reduce uh
The risk. Yeah.
a risk to
Yeah.
diabetes. So, can you touch on nutrition,
Yeah.
fitness,
Yeah. Yeah.
diet? Please, I know somebody
Yeah.
would be willing to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. True. So you can't remove nutrition when you're talking about fitness, right? There's this adage I like saying that fitness without nutrition is like building castles in the air.
Mm.
You are, I mean, you're trying to see result, but you're just wasting your time. You
Yeah.
can't you can't remove the two. And the truth is 70 to 80% of your body weight, right? Excluding any hormonal issue or
Mm-hmm.
any illness or any health related issue
Mm-hmm.
is linked to your diet.
Wow.
70 to 80% of your weight is determined by your diet. The remaining 20 to 30% is by working out. That's what a lot of people don't know. So you can actually lose weight by just being conscious of what you eat
What you
and
eat.
changing your diet. But obviously, we've already touched on all of the benefits of working out. That one is there, it's never going to change. But
Mm-hmm.
nutrition is very important. Now, of course, if you want to lose weight and you're just working out without changing, it's a waste of time. Like it's not going to happen. It's
Yeah.
not going to happen. And we need to be intentional about what we eat. Our body is a reflection of what we put inside it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so your immunity level is also determined by what you put in your body as well. Are you eating the right diet, right? Are
Mm-hmm.
you eating right? Are you eating, incorporating all of the classes of food? Are you eating less added foods with added sugar, less processed foods?
Mm.
Like, where are you in terms of your diet? And I think that's probably the first place that people should start. Just review what you are eating. I'm a person that doesn't preach extreme. I don't believe in extremity,
Mm-hmm.
right? I believe in portion control and moderation. I won't say, oh, don't eat. There are different types of, there is the keto, there are all sorts. I'm not I mean, I don't necessarily align with just going a certain way. I just believe it's
Yeah.
still possible to eat all of the
Yeah.
classes of food, but make sure that you eat them in moderation and with portion control in mind. Because I
Yeah.
also believe that you will struggle to um
Remind me
to
to give you.
stick to a
Sorry, remind me to say something to give you a
okay,
joke before you leave. It's
okay.
important.
Okay.
Keep
I feel
going.
like you will struggle to stick to that diet if you take out, like, remove or go an extreme direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
um that being said, I also think that things like processed food, if you can cut it out of your diet entirely,
Yeah.
take it
Yeah.
away. If you can't, reduce it to the barest minimum.
Yeah.
Like foods with added sugars, or your fruit juices, or
Mm-hmm.
your candies and sweets and all of those things, if you can
Mm-hmm.
take it out entirely, please do. They don't have any nutritional benefits. If you can't, eat it maybe once in a while. But I mean, sugar. Me personally, I see sugar as an enemy. So
I
I
want to
try to,
see. I want
honestly,
to
if you see
avoid
me
it.
in the store trying to buy something, I'm always reading label. Like,
Yeah.
is there sugar on this list?
Yeah.
Like, where is sugar on the list? Even if
Yeah.
there's sugar, like, I'm not even buying. This is my own personal. I'm not saying you should be
Mm-hmm.
like me, but like,
Mm-hmm.
it's very important, you know, to be very conscious of what you eat. And then if you're eating, have your protein, your carbs. Carbs is not bad for you. People think carbs is bad. Carbs
Mm-hmm.
are not bad. Energy that we use every day comes from
Yeah.
carbohydrates. But it's
Yeah.
also important to know, what is your source of carbohydrates. Are you eating the good carbs? Are you eating complex carbs, that has multiple benefits, like your beans and your starchy vegetables like your
Mm-hmm.
potatoes?
Mm-hmm.
Um processed ones like bread and all of those things, reduce them as much as possible, right? I know there are a lot of people who love bread, but maybe you
Mm-hmm.
want to switch it with whole grain breads or
Yeah.
wheat bread. But even if you have to eat the one with white flour, reduce how many times you eat it in a week.
Mm-hmm.
I still find that those ones are the ones that taste nicer. Maybe once in a while I still do.
Yeah.
You know, on your plate, make sure that you have vegetables. Like, vegetables and fruits are covering like half of your food portion, and then the
Mm-hmm.
rest you attribute to comes from protein and your carbs.
Yeah.
But also eat moderately. Don't eat to you eat and say, oh, I have you eat to the point where you say, I have a food belly. I'm very full. What do Yoruba people call it? Moti yo. Like, I'm like I'm so full and satisfied. Like eat to the point where you already feel like you're going to be full and then you
Mm-hmm.
stop. Because the thing is, the more food you eat, the more your stomach expands.
Yeah,
Because this stomach has the ability to expand and contract. If you give him less food, it
it'll be
will
okay.
contract, it will go down,
Yeah,
you know. But if you keep giving him more food, you keep on expanding and you find out that you are having to eat more.
yeah,
So eat adequately, eat in proportion. Like ensure that you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables
yeah.
every day, right? And yeah, I think if you do that, you should be fine. If you're conscious about it, just make sure whether it's animal protein or plant protein, if you're a vegan or whatever, just ensure
Mm-hmm.
that you are eating the right kind of food. And depending on what your fitness goals are, if you are all about building muscle mass, you know that you
Mm-hmm.
need a bit more protein in your diet.
Mm-hmm.
If you do a lot more cardio aerobic exercises, you know that
Mm-hmm.
you need more carbs to give you energy, But at the end of the day, just ensure that what you're eating has all of this, and then you'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. When you were talking, what, what made me laugh? I saw a post at a time, and a lady said
Mhm.
that she she was advised to cut her portion basically,
Mm,
and that for for her to you know reduce her weight.
mhm,
She said, and that she should stop eating at around 6:30.
mm.
She said the first day she had to wake up at 2 a.m. to make amala.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that hunger is real.
She said,
It is real.
then she now ended the post with, "It is fat, I did not keep it."
Like, please, it doesn't matter what your weight is when you leave the earth.
you know, you know, every time I remember that post, especially days when, because I try to stop eating at about
Yeah,
6:37.
yeah.
So days when I still feel hungry,
Mm,
I'll tell my husband, I will say, see, I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to make kamala. Let me grab something to eat. But
mm,
I understand completely that what you said about wasting our time in the gym if we cannot
yeah,
control
yeah.
our diet, it's very correct. I see people during Ramadan
Mm,
fasting
mm,
where I would ordinarily expect that you should trim a bit
yeah,
because of the fasting, but
yeah,
they add weight.
yeah,
So what do you think happens? They load everything
yeah,
that, and I know that this is also not what the fasting preaches, basically.
yeah.
That's not the idea that you don't eat and then 7 o'clock you eat breakfast, breakfast, lunch, and
Lunch
dinner
and dinner.
all at once.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
thank you really for that. Okay.
And then
There is, yeah,
there's
please
one
shoot.
more thing I wanted to say. If you want to, especially for those, it doesn't even matter whether you want to lose weight or not. If you want to lose and maintain your weight, you need to ensure that you are always in a calorie deficit. And calorie deficit means eating less than the calories you burn,
Got you.
right?
Mm,
Because if you eat more calories than you burn, the body will store that excess calorie as fats. And
mm.
the body's intention is to use that excess calories when you
Mm-hmm.
need it for energy. But
Got you.
now, what happens is that every time you keep on eating surplus, surplus, surplus,
Mm,
and then the body is storing, there's never an opportunity for the body to use up that stored
yeah.
energy. That's when it becomes fat and you start keep on adding more weight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But if you are eating exactly what you're burning, then you maintain um, the same weight that you
Yeah.
have. So
Yeah.
that's the secret to it. Always be in a calorie deficit and not a calorie surplus.
Thank you. Okay. So this is me again, a working professional, busy
Yeah.
schedule. I hear everything you've said, and I am thinking, how do I get into that community? Because again, I look around me and I'm like, I want to practice everything you've talked about. I want to have that friend. I want to have people around me that
Mm,
can encourage me on this journey, because
mm,
I do not want to get to a certain age
yeah,
and be saddled with diseases like high blood pressure, diabetes, everything coming as a result of my non-active or very sedentary lifestyle.
yeah.
Do you have a community? How do you advise the person to start? How do I go about looking for that community? Do you have
Mm,
something that you want to share? Is there someone, or because again, you cannot underestimate
yeah,
the benefit of having a community that
yeah,
would help and encourage you. So what would you
yeah.
advise?
So, I mean, this is also one thing that I've been trying to, has been in my thoughts as well.
Yeah,
I think one, go courses as a starter.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Join Go Quarters. There's a health, fitness, and wellness room in there, and there's a
Yeah,
lot for you to learn. Secondly, is join, if there are people that you admire on social media who are already living this lifestyle, you can
yeah.
follow them. I have an Instagram page dedicated to that, which is Bloom and Blythe. Yeah, but also my personal
You
page as
send me
well.
the link
Also,
so that I can
yes,
put
I
it in the
will.
description. Yeah,
Also covers that. I'm also thinking beyond that, how to create a sustainable community, because I know it's a lot of work as well, but like
yeah,
trying to figure out how to structure it and all of that. I know there are a couple of challenges I've done in the past and recently, just getting people to imbibe new habits. The last one I did was drinking water first thing in the morning, just learning that habit and then sticking to it. And I've had people, I created a Facebook page who participated, the group is still there. I know that there's a lot more challenge I want to do, so I'm still keeping the group. So and then have conversations with people around you. You'll be surprised that a lot of people who are also struggling with this, who
yeah,
also want to take that step but don't know how to. And if you encourage each other and you come together and say, okay, I'm going to be your accountability partner. We can go to the
mhm,
gym together if we live close to each other, or if there's
mhm,
a gym in the office, let's set time aside to go to the gym at so and so time.
yeah,
And then you begin to get that support, because you need that support, honestly,
yeah.
to start the journey and to stick to the journey and to remain on the journey. And yeah, that's what I would say.
Thank you, Oge. To be honest, I know that community does a lot. I'll
Yeah,
put all the links you mentioned.
yeah,
I follow a number of people as well, just to
yeah,
see what are they doing, are they keeping up with this? And your advice is very spot on. Somebody out there is also looking to be fit, so we can all connect with each other.
yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I
You're
know that
welcome.
there is a lot to talk about. I could stay here all day
Yeah.
just listening to you. Is there anything you want to talk about that I have not asked?
I think we might have touched on everything. I'll just say prioritize you. you know if you think of it from a point of view of, I want to prioritize myself, because what we'll find out is that a lot of us prioritize work and the organization we work in
Yeah,
over ourselves. But if you think about, I'm putting myself first, I'm putting my
yeah,
physical and mental health first, therefore
yeah,
I need to set time aside every day to ensure that I'm feeding into myself, right? Then maybe you begin to think about it a bit more differently. And then find your inspiration for doing what you're doing. That would be
mm,
what will keep on encouraging you, even on days when you don't feel like. I
yeah,
don't want to, I'm trying to reduce the risk of developing chronic diseases, right?
yeah,
I'm trying to um, improve my chances of living longer and healthier, all things being equal. You know that it's
yeah,
not within our power, but like
yeah.
within your power, these are the things you can do to help you.
Gotcha.
I want to live longer for my children and for
Yeah,
my spouse. I
yeah,
want to be the best version of myself. I want to
yeah,
fill my cup,
yeah,
get it so full that I can pour into others.
yeah,
When we begin to look at it from that perspective, then it begins to change from, it begin it becomes your inspiration to doing what you're doing. And then
Yeah.
you are most likely going to stay consistent to the journey. And it's a lifestyle. There's no end goal. I keep telling
Yeah.
people there's
Yeah.
no end goal. There are people I follow on Instagram who are, there's a lady who is 62. She's going on an Olympics. She did that when she was 60. She's still doing that. There's a lady who is 71 as well, who is very much invested in her fitness journey. And if you see her, she looks like 10 years younger. That's
Wow.
what fitness and wellness and just prioritizing your health can do for you. So I'll just encourage everyone out there, just start, take baby steps, and then it will get better as you go along the way.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Oge. Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
everything with us.
Thank
I
you. Thank you for
knew
having
that
me.
this would be, mind blowing,
Yeah.
and I am hoping that somebody listens to this,
Yeah.
takes that first step, and also seek support, because I know we already touched on consistency.
Yeah.
It can be a lot, when you first start. I hope that somebody listens, finds that reason to remain on the journey. I also hope that career professionals begin to take health really more seriously, because at the end of the day, that's what we've got.
Mm-hmm.
This body is what we got, and we have to take care of it, nurture it, so that it can continue to serve us. Thank you
Yeah.
again, Oge.
Thank you. And one more thing that I
Tell
want to
me.
say is you need to enjoy it.
Hmm, it's
If you
not a chore.
see working out as a chore, you're going
Yeah,
to struggle. But
yeah,
if you open your mind up and start with exercises, start with what you enjoy. Me,
yeah,
I love dancing. If there's no music, that workout is going to just be bleh. Like
yeah,
dancing is workout.
yeah.
Join classes that you enjoy. If you would like to swim, cycle, maybe you should start with what you enjoy and begin to move up to other things that has other benefits, maybe spaces where
Mm-hmm,
you're not used to. You can get a
mm-hmm,
fitness trainer for that, or
mm-hmm.
get other people to coach you, but enjoy the process. Otherwise, consistency is going to be a struggle.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Thank
I
you so
agree.
much.
Thank you, Oge.
Thank you for
So
having me.
I am looking forward to bringing you again some other time, because
No
I
problem.
think you still have a lot in you.
Yeah.
Because you've said like three times now, let me have this, let me have that. So there is a lot you need to share with us. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Oge. I really
Thank
appreciate your
you.
time,
Thank
and I
you.
really, really enjoy speaking with you.
Thank you. And thank you for this platform. You're doing great. And
Thank you,
it was
sis.
really an honor to be here. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Take care of yourself.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.